So I just reported about there being a Street Fighter 6 reveal date leak, and many of y'all have watched that video. I really appreciate that, and y'all are really showing me the excitement that y'all want to have for this franchise. And then lo and behold, there is an announcement from Capcom saying, "Here comes more Street Fighter 6, or here comes more Street Fighter hashtag Street Fighter 6 with a teaser." And so yeah, let's look at the teaser, see what it's all about, and see if it gets us more excited for some Street Fighter. I mean, so far so good. The graphics. I mean, this is more like a cinematic teaser is what I call it, but the graphics so far look good. Ryu's been working out. I'm loving the scruffy look. There's a new character, Luke, that they just recently announced as a DLC. I think someone said like 2 months ago. Like the soundtrack. See, I like that. Oh, that's an interesting logo. Capcom. Okay, I guess that's it. So let's get on the logo. So there's the logo, Street Fighter 6. I don't know if I like that. I like the one that I used in my last thumbnail, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably use it in this a little bit, but it was more, it had more character and kind of some that, more personality that we're kind of used to from past Street Fighter games. And with this, I mean, it's something different. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a ring as far as like the setup. I don't know if I like that logo though. It kind of reminds me of something scientific, or even like a notification, like an iPhone notification. You have like your little icon badge on the iPhone, and you have like the little notification counter to how many times you have like an email or something. That's kind of what that reminds me of. It's just kind of basic. Maybe they're going for a new dynamic and strategy with this game. I don't know. I mean, as far as like the actual, graphics of the character, I mean, it's interesting, here's Ryu, and, see, there's his front. I mean, I'm liking the details. You can see the sweat, or baby oil, water, whatever it is, glistening off his skin, kind of run down his skin. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm definitely seeing, some better graphics being used. I mean, the detail in his hair, it looks really good. I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And then if I kind of scale along till we get to Luke, let's see, even the same with Luke, you can see the veins in his muscles really well. You can see the material on his glove, so I like all that. And I will still say though that, here's another look at him. It's just I don't know if it's the lighting or just the color tones they're picking, it just kind of seems that in certain scenes it can play off really realistic, and in some ways it doesn't. It kind of reminds me of the Street Fighter games of old, especially when they do like their stances, and it kind of takes it back to, like their special move, kind of what they do. But it's very interesting. You have to let me know in the comments below what you think about that. I mean, I like what I've seen overall. There's another stance. But there's Ryu. I like this picture overall, and it does give it some different type of personality that we may not have seen previously. But I was watching a video clip when I was doing the last video after I did it, and I was kind of looking at some more to kind of get a better idea of what to expect, because I'm comparing it to Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 11. But I don't know if this is going to be like a cinematic trailer versus a gameplay trailer. That may just be something different. So they may amp up the graphics for this and then not actually do that. That it may not actually translate over to the actual game. But I mean, I was looking at, when the Luke DLC was really announced for the Champion Edition and stuff like that. And, the graphics are decent. I just think that it looks very arcade. And I think if it was in more of a full-fledged, it's different, because I think that Street Fighter takes a different strategy to the fighting games, more of like Virtual Fighter and Tekken, and that's very different from Mortal Kombat. And I think for some fans that works, some fans it does not work. And I think that, some people want it to come up to the modern era with more realistic graphics or more up-to-date graphics, for the next-gen consoles and stuff like that, or at least be available on all consoles. And I think that, you know, there's some gives and takes with that, and it just depends on what exactly Capcom is wanting to do. Now, you know, as I discussed in the last video, we've had quite a bit of time, at least I feel like, since the last Street Fighter came out. And, you know, there was a video that I talked about where, you know, some video fighting games have taken a lot longer than others. You know, Mortal Kombat seems to have somewhat of a consistency with, you know, between 2 to 4 years. Street Fighter seems to be, you know, 6 to 10. Some people can go even longer than that, some of them. So, I mean, we're getting like a fighting game like every other year, every 2 years. So it just depends. But, you know, when you're turning them out that fast, or if there's not a lot of time for development and just they kind of throw them out there, you know, maybe it's not going to be something that fans really want to see. Um, I don't know. I've been seeing some mixed comments online and in the comments on my videos that some people are excited for Street Fighter 6 if that was the announcement, which it is, and some are not. Some are thinking, you know, let's wait a little bit longer. They don't think the fan base really wants it. They want to make sure that Capcom, you know, gives them something new and something to be excited for versus what they've kind of already had in the past. Some were wanting the story to be a little bit different, to take place in different stages of the Street Fighter franchise saga. It's just, you know, a lot of interesting things culminating to, you know, the top. And, you know, it's something that we'd be excited about because it's going to be a new game. And what's interesting with this is, you know, Capcom further on down their Twitter, they said that more news to come summer 2022. So we'll know more, maybe another teaser trailer or maybe a full-fledged cinematic trailer, a gameplay trailer. You know, I think E3 is in the summer, so maybe they're going to do something for E3, but I don't really know what they're going to do. And I think if you're, with all these games that have been kind of like announced that were announced in 2020, 2021, they were supposed to come out last year or this year, they keep getting pushed back. Is this going to be one of those cases where this game could be pushed back again? Like, I mean, not that it's going to be pushed back, but could they, you know, reveal it now, announce it today, show us something in the summer, and then, oh, you know, depending on how people feel about this, you know, they kind of give a feel for how fans are acting, they push it back, or, you know, fans are like, no, we're not happy with what you gave us, you know, let it cook a little bit longer. That seems to be what's happening a lot, is whether it be controversy within the gaming studios or they're actually listening to fans, they want the games to be successful, that, you know, they're just delaying games. They want to make sure the money, you know, they get the return on investment. I think Capcom does a good job of that, but, you know, maybe the landscape is a little bit different nowadays. So what do you think about the Street Fighter 6 teaser? What do you think about the logo? What do you think about Luke and Ryu in this trailer? Are you excited about the graphics that you've seen compared to Street Fighter 5? I know it has not been that long since Luke was announced, so are you glad that they're bringing him over to the new game? And are you excited for the game overall? And that's it for this video, guys. If you hit that like button, if you want more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.